Hey everyone, it's Breyerfest 1000 and this is going to be a Breyerfest haul video. I'm actually going to make 3 parts. I'm going to break this one down into 2 so I'm not rushing, and then the tiny human is going to make one for her haul. So part of her haul is technically part of mine, but I'm just going to let her roll with it. So obviously, as you guys know from my previous videos, I went to Breyerfest, the first Breyerfest I went to in 10 years. I didn't spend crazy amounts of time in the Clarion. I think I maybe was there for like 2 hours. I didn't get much. Mainly most of my haul is special runs and store specials and a couple of other things I got along the way. There's some other things that I didn't have in this video just because I'm still in the process of unpacking, but before I start taking them all out of the box and putting them on shelves, I thought I'd just make a quick video. So let's get to it. So I'm gonna break this down into 2 parts. I'm gonna kind of do this cluster or so over here, or like just these guys, and then do the back later. So let's get started. For special runs, I did pretty good. I only got 2 of this guy, and oh, that's focusing on my finger. 2 of this guy. I cannot remember their names. They're all kind of similar in ways, but yeah. So every special run, I pretty much got 1 of, except for him, and I already sold it off to somebody who wasn't able to make it, so it kind of worked out. So I'm gonna get started with Gruff. Gruff was actually one of my first Clarion finds. We went to the swap meet. As you guys may know, Breyerfest 2021 was the first Breyerfest that I ever went to. So I kind of regretted not getting him, so now I finally have him. And yes, I know they're kind of useless just because they're not like showable per se, but I love him, and I was actually able to get him for a pretty good deal considering I never find him on eBay. This picture is a picture of Zenyatta. I got it at Churchill Downs. So we went here on Thursday while we're waiting for our room to open up. So we basically drove straight down from Rhode Island and kind of hung out until we could get to Churchill Downs and go on a tour. I ended up buying this at the end. This guy is actually a model that I've been looking for forever. And I've always found him for super expensive. He was actually in the Embassy Suites. I believe they were on the 5th floor. Super nice people. My daughter ended up buying some stuff from them as well. But this is the first time I was able to find this guy for under $100, and I'm super stoked that I finally have him to add to my collection. Times Square, like I said, is one of the ones I've kind of been sought after. It's not a crazy grail or anything, but it's definitely one that I love because my birthday is the first week of July, so it's kind of like my 4th of July weekend's kind of like my weekend. So this guy I got at the Stone thing. He is a one of a kind. I can't read what it says there. It says JH24. So yeah, I don't know what happened to his foot. I don't recall his foot ever looking like that. Maybe in the car it just kind of bent over, but I'm gonna have to just fix that real quick. But this is this guy. I believe his name starts with a J. I believe I have his tag somewhere. So then there's this guy. He's another one of a kind. I can't remember what his name is either, but yeah, he's another one I picked up at the Stone store. This guy is the pool party special. God bless you. He's one of 30, 3 of which I know came to Region 10 because I was there with the other Region 10ers that were there that I saw anyway, and 3 of these guys made it. He is adorable. I'm so glad I was able to win him. God bless you. I was also able to get the brick and mortar store special Mayor in full. A couple of the other Region 10ers were kind of jealous that I was able to get them for under $100. I was able to snag them for $65. So I'm super stoked about that. I love this mold, especially the full. And here's the mom. They're actually both in really good condition, and the shading on the Mayor is kind of awesome, not gonna lie. And even him too. So this is one of my awesome finds as well. I was walking through the Clarion with 2 other Region 10ers, and I happened to glance over because obviously if you've been to the Clarion, you know how the rooms are set up. Normally people have, after the bathroom, that wall where the first bed is, and I kind of popped my head in and saw him, and I was like, oh, is that a chalky? And they're like, yeah. So I was like, how much? And they're like, $20. I was like, word. So now I have to just get him fixed, but I have a chalky Clydesdale full, which I'm super stoked about because I love my little chunky boots. Alright, so I'm going to make these last few super quick. So somebody who shall remain nameless wanted my actual pull from my VIP ticket. So I ended up buying these 2 for myself. I was able to snag a Glossy Bay. And let me tell you, the colors in him, or her, technically, yes, are super awesome. They kind of are a little intensified, but super, super awesome shading, super awesome color. Markings are nice and crisp. As soon as I saw this was one of them, this was the one that I wanted in glossy, so the fact that I was able to get these for an awesome price of $4.25 total for the both. And then this is another one that I really wanted. I didn't care if it was glossy or matte because look at that face. But definitely one that I wanted, and the fact that someone had both of them for sale and I could get them for that $4.25 was actually really awesome. This guy wasn't one of my favorites, but honestly, I'm not too upset. The dapples are really nice. And honestly, like, I probably wouldn't show her, but, or him, but definitely a cool little piece. Like, the shading is actually really nice. I did just notice that little wonkiness, but that's fine because, if anything, I actually, because of the coloration, I might put him in some Arabian tech. Another one of my pulls was this guy, and I cannot remember his name, but honestly, I didn't think I'd like him as much as I do. Reminds me of Lisa Frank and all that fun. So this guy, Brunello, I have one of these guys already, and he actually, the reason why I bought him was because of the leg pads. Now, they're not the greatest condition, like I'm saying, like they're not, like, quality-wise, not the greatest, but in all reality, these things themselves are expensive, and he also had the Rambo blanket, the yellow one, so for, I think I paid $20 for him. Not the worst deal on the planet, and he's actually in really good condition. So this is a gift of mine to the mini-me. This guy, this girl, Miss Independent, I was super kind of wary about because it kind of reminded me of the Christmas horse, and I have the Christmas horse here. Granted, I know they're completely different colors, but initially when I first saw it, I, like, looked at it quick, and this was before I had this one in hand, I believe. I was like, wow, they're kind of really similar. Like, they're both like a palomino-y color. I say palomino-y, but like a yellowy. That's what I mean. But honestly, I'm super stoked that I did end up getting her because, first of all, the snip is to die for. But no, she's just really pretty, and the coloring in the mane and tail, everything's actually really, really awesome. And then, last but not least, this was my last purchase that no one knows about, but I was able to get a glossy Sorry Not Sorry. It was one of the ones that I was super upset that I didn't end up getting. He is gorgeous. It's a mold that I really like, but don't really have many on. But in all reality, I'm super stoked that I was able to snag him. I do want a matte one because I do love my matte ponies, but honestly, for right now, I'm super happy with him. So that right there is going to be part 1 because this video is definitely longer than I wanted it, but I talk slow because I try to overthink everything. But so far, that's part 1 of my haul. I'm going to put out the second one in a little bit, so don't forget to come right and subscribe. Bye!